Welcome back to Sunrise on the Hill. The adult obesity rate in the U.S. fell in 2025, along with a spike in the use of GLP-1 drugs. Now, these meds will become more accessible.
Yeah, the Trump administration announced deals with Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly to sell their GLP-1 products at discounted prices. Sunrise's Trevor Shirley is here to give us the skinny on this announcement. Good morning, Trevor. So what's going on here?
Yeah, so this is something that the president has kind of mused about for quite some time, getting these drugs to some kind of negotiated price through the government. They made that announcement yesterday with Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, two manufacturers of some of the most popular GLP-1 pharmaceuticals. Keep in mind, these were originally developed to treat diabetes, and then it was discovered that they had these side effects on weight loss, significant weight loss, and that's really what's made them take off. They're pretty steeply expensive. Most people are paying more than $1,000 a month for these drugs, but under this new plan, White House officials say some qualifying patients may pay as little as $150 a month.
For many people, these drugs are absolutely miraculous. Not only do people lose weight, but their blood work changes. I mean, they wind up being healthier than some of the healthy people they know.
Yeah, and the White House brought that up yesterday. They said specifically they're not looking at these discounted GLP-1 weight loss drugs as some kind of a silver bullet to fix this obesity epidemic in the country. They're looking at it as one tool in the toolbox that they can help people build into their lives to build healthier lives and by extension, save the government. They're hoping a lot of money in unrelated costs for, obesity-related diseases that now won't be diagnosed and happening.
Right.
Let's hear from the leader of the MAHA movement. That would be HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., as well as Dr. Oz.
The American public, because of this agreement, will lose 125 million pounds by this time next year.
We have an update, Secretary Kennedy. We thought it was 125 million pounds. Mr. President, our estimate, based on the company numbers as well, is Americans will lose 135 billion pounds by the midterms.
It's a lot of weight.
Yeah, I mean, no matter how you want to cut the numbers there, it's going to be significant, at least the White House is hoping. Now, the actual pricing gets a little complicated. There's going to be different pricing schedules based on whether you're using Medicare, Medicaid, or direct-to-consumer through TrumpRx.com. That's a website through the government. They're hoping to launch sometime in January. The jury's still out on when exactly that website's going to launch. But in terms of pricing, the White House is saying most patients will pay somewhere between $150 and $350 a month. I think at one point they said Medicare recipients may only be paying $50 a month copay. So, I mean, these are significant savings down from what some people are paying between $1,200 to $2,000 a month for these drugs.
So Medicare is covering the cost of some of this. What about Medicaid, Trevor?
Yeah, so Medicaid, according to the White House, it will be accessible through Medicaid, but that's going to depend on a state-by-state basis, as most things with Medicaid are. States are going to have to be willing to sign up to participate in this part of the program and then go from there. So if you're on Medicaid, you'll have to check with your own state's participation.
So you mentioned, these started out as diabetes drugs. My mom actually took the very, very early, development of Ozempic and lost a bunch of weight, got her diabetes under control. Gallup did a poll about GLP-1 use showing that it has more than double. This is their health and well-being index. You see there in Q1 of 2024, 5.8%. In Q3, 12.4%. And of course, we've seen it on TV, right? You can't watch a program without seeing some commercial for Wegovy or Ozempic or Zepbound.
Yeah. I mean, and they have become just so ubiquitous in terms of not only our culture, but our approach to health. And the White House, I think, is really trying to tap into that, probably in terms of a health cost savings, justification for it. They're banking that, in fact, they were asked yesterday how much this is going to cost the government over 10 years. They couldn't give a specific amount in terms of what the cost of the government's going to be for these drugs, but they're considering it a cost-neutral approach because they say what we're spending on these drugs to discount them is going to be offset by how much we're not spending on obesity-related diseases like diabetes, heart disease, things like that.
And that will have an impact on prices, one would imagine, at hospitals and insurance plans, right?
You would think, but
You'd
again,
think.
it's America. Don't put anything past the hospitals and the insurance companies.
Silly me,
Well,
being
right.
optimistic.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what this means for the supply of these drugs, the ingredients to make them. And I guess last year there was a big concern about sort of knockoff brands of
Right.
these GLP-1s. So the White House surely hoping that providing more money, lowering the cost will allow these companies to make a buck, obviously, but provide more of them in a safe and effective manner. So,
So just in
Yeah,
volume.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
in
So
volume.
we'll have to wait and see.
Trevor, thank you so
Okay.
much. We
Thanks so
appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you, Trevor.